Hey, good morning, everyone. Sarasota Tim coming to you from 6:20 a.m. out of the Crasher, and I'm just admiring my Christmas cards as I walk out this morning. I got them all out here. 4 days till Christmas Eve. That's what we called Christmas when I was a kid. Christmas Day, it's all over. It's behind you. Another year. Once you unwrap those presents, it's all over. I used to say that all the time growing up. After you wake up in the morning, I would say like right now. Today is the day to savor it because it's almost here. So, live it out 24 hours a day, all you can before Christmas comes, because once you wake up, you tear open those presents, it's all over. It's all gone for another year. Just that fast. You anticipate it so long, and then it comes and it's gone. My birthday on the 29th, I always remember every year 4 days after Christmas, it seems like Christmas was distance way back. It's like we've moved on so fast in today's world that they've already forgotten about it. So it does come and go fast. So live it up. Enjoy your Christmas tree because it's all going to be coming down after the holidays. And enjoy your Christmas cards and all your Christmas decorations because they got to come down after the holidays. Elvis, though, he left his up till January the 8th. His birthday. I'm a big Elvis fan. You guys like Elvis? I do. So, by the way, I just wanted to comment. The Mind Reader does go right underneath the Keurig here, and it's really awesome. So I've got now lots of places, and I still have another one of these racks. But once I get into my grind coffee, I won't be using the pod so much because I have I'll show you. Where is it in here? I do have one. Here it is. I have a little, you fill it up with the grounds, and I look forward to doing that. I don't know why I haven't ground more coffee already, but I had so many of these K-Pods, K-Cups, whatever you call them, that I've been wanting to use them up. They're just too convenient. But I do have my grinder. It's down below here, below my sink. I'll be bringing that out. I like the sound of it, even though it's kind of noisy. And grind up some beans. I've got all my, where are they at? Right up there waiting for Miss Deb. 2 pounds of coffee. And I'll be enjoying that. So take a look. I got the fireplace going this morning. Stockings, the cards. It's just, I know I show it every morning, most mornings, and I'm sorry about that. Some people have made a comment that, hey, we've seen it already. But, let me turn this light on right here. Put a little light on the subject. There's my theater seats. I took this table that was over there out because it's interfering with the tree. But, of course, once the holidays are over, this tree will come out. The little box there that it's sitting on that Miss Jolene loaned me will come out, and I'll put the table back because I do enjoy that. When I want to eat something, I sit over here so I can bring it in, and I don't have to just put it on my lap. But I like to sit there for whatever reason, That's just where I like to sit. We all got our favorite spots. I'm on my carpeting here with my feet. It feels so good. These rugs are so, so nice. I can actually feel the difference between these two and this one. This one is really, and let me go back here. See, that's the new dirty clothes hamper that doesn't take a big footprint on the bottom that I really like. And these all feel the same, but this one right in here in the bathroom, this thing is plush. I wish they were all like that, but, they're all pretty good. It's, what I say, it was like 6:30 in the morning. I got up at 3, and I've already been, looking at my phone and kind of nodding out on the couch in there. Took a shower and trying to wash the sleep off of me. I'm going to go to the gym here pretty soon. Made my bed. Sleeping hasn't been too good, as you guys all know. I have some sleep aid, but I like to stay away from that stuff as much as possible. I feel like I really don't need it because I start falling asleep here at the seat, in the evening when I'm looking at the phone or watching TV, and I think, just go to bed. I mean, what do you need to take anything for? Then you go in there and, I don't know, subconsciously, Getting older or whatever, I just don't sleep as well, and I don't want to take any drugs. I do have them, and I have taken them, but you know, they put you to sleep right away, but you still wake up, and I don't like the residual feeling that you get from them. So anyway, here's my cards again. You guys see your card. Give you one more gander. This one obviously stands out. This one over here stands out too. I guess because I stare at it all the time. They're really pretty, all of them. I looked at them all. And of course, Miss Deb sent me that. Really cool. I don't have my little lights on right now. These are little Dollar Tree Christmas lights. The batteries are holding up well in them. They're just little Dollar Tree batteries. And I guess I'm going to take something out of my freezer. I've got a bunch of stuff in here that I can eat. Here's some fruitcake in the freezer. But I got my Tyson chicken nuggets. I understand I'm going to be receiving some of that Kraft buffalo mayo dressing. That'll be good. And I'll be breaking out my toaster oven and be like the old days in Publix when I was making the little samples for people. I've had a few people comment that yes, they do like the Southern Supreme fruitcake. What is that? More fruitcake over here. I got some ribs. I got some chicken. Everything. Pork chops. I got all kind of stuff to put on the grill out there. And I'm enjoying my retired life. And I just promote everybody out there, if you're getting close to being your retirement age at 62 and you can get a Social Security check coming in, man, I encourage you to do it. I encourage you to do it and back off all those heavy hours that you're working, you've been doing for 30, 40 years or more. Yes, a lot of people say you're not retired if you start collecting Social Security and then you go back to work the next day. Well, I beg to differ. If I go to work doing something that I choose to do, that I take my time finding something that I can get out of there at 12 or 1 o'clock, or I don't go in till 12 or 1 o'clock, or I just work weekends for them, or I work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do 1 day a week, 5 days a week, whatever I want to do. But it's not like a job that I had to take that made the most money to support me and my family. Once I've got $1,500, $2,000 a month coming in free, like clockwork, every single month from the Social Security Administration, now I've got $1,500 to $2,000 worth of hours that I don't have to work. And then I can just pick up a little difference to make basically equal that. And that's a game changer. Can you imagine $3,000, $4,000 a month coming into your household? We went over it in the last video that you can make on average $51,000 a year by including your big year, your full retirement year age, your full retirement year that you become fully retired. That year you can make, who knows what it'll be by then. It's 50, almost 60 grand right now. But when you average that into what you've made, now I know that takes an average because you don't get that from day one at 62, but still, I mean, if you get, like me, $1,700 a month and you make another $1,700 or $2,000 a month, that's $4,000, $3,500 a month. You can live on that if you don't have any debt and you're smart about how you live. Maybe you got an RV. Maybe you have a tiny home. Maybe you live in a mobile home. Maybe you're going to roommate. Maybe you're going to share a home. Maybe you're going to do all kinds of things that you can adapt to keep your housing down. Housing is, to me, is just another place, a place that's you want safe and secure and that you can just recharge your battery. It doesn't have to be movie stars and swimming pools. Now, some people, that's what they esteem to do. But you're paying for it. You've got all that flood insurance, health insurance, HOAs, this, that, the other. And if you got the income and you retire and you have it, God bless you. But for the majority of Americans, because when I did my videos about Social Security, you know, the most people make is 30 grand a year. The average median income per household is only $75,000. And if you're a single person, or even with two people, a lot of times working, you make maybe that. So I'm not talking about these people that are making 100, 200 grand a year, two people. I'm not talking about them. Those are very, very few in our country. Most people are average, lower, medium income. And actually the disparity between upper and lower income is gotten wider and wider. So you got to do what you got to do. You got to get yourself out of debt. You got to figure out a way to live cheap. Get the housing, part, which is the most expensive part of your life. Get that down to where you can just be happy and have a safe place. I mean, I'm doing what I'm doing. It's not for everybody, but I mean, I think I have a very nice place. And there are places on Facebook and Craigslist that have property all over this country that people are offering you to go live on their land with full hookups, 30 amp, 50 amp, sewer, water, electric, everything for $500 a month. So, look into it. But there's other ways to live. And, if you have two in your household, I only have one income. So, my income is based on just myself. But if you get that income, that housing costs down and no debt, and you get your Social Security at 62, go off and do what you want to do. Travel, see your family, go see things you have on your bucket list that you've always been wanting to do. Play golf, go to the beach, work on your tan, fish, do anything, wax your car. That's what I love doing. It's therapeutic. Just pull yourself out of that workforce, that prison, it's awful. Or all those people that are just like micromanaging you, and all the miserable people you're working with are unhappy. I had comments saying, I love my job. I work with great people. I get paid excellent. I'm going to be there until I die. I'm going to die at my job. Well, go for it. That's up to you. But I'm telling you, most people would love to quit working and be retired and be free. Who wouldn't want to just live and not have to go to a job? Well, you can do that on Social Security. All you got to do is work a little bit. Maybe you might want to just start your own thing, sewing, detailing cars, landscape, handyman, plumbing, electrical. You got a skill? Put an ad in Craigslist. Pick up some accounts. Once you get one person that sees you doing something, they tell their friends, it grows exponentially. You can end up being in a year or even 6 months having more work than you can handle. I know a guy down the street here, he sold windows for a living. He started getting his Social Security, and because of the people he knew, he's doing some handyman, some painting stuff for them or whatever, and they own some properties and things, and he's, in tight with them. He's got him a niche, and he says the work never ends. He works at his own pace. I think they're paying him $30 an hour. So, I mean, and he owns his home free and clear. I think he has his kids living in it. They're paying, whatever he charges them. He has a tiny home in the back, and I think that he also has somebody on his property with an RV where there's no restrictions, and charges them. So he's got this money coming. There's all these different things you can do. That's another thing. Let's say you're going to retire at 62 and you do own your home, and you're out in the country and you could rent a small spot. All you got to do is tap into something and into your septic or whatever, and have an electrician come out and put in 30 or 50 amp electrical, and invite and select a very nice person like myself that is clean background, good credit score, doesn't have any issues, drugs and drinking and all that kind of stuff, wild parties, bringing people over, theft. Find yourself a good citizen and put them in there. And there's people out there looking that are good citizens like myself that will stay there long term because they're looking for something. It helps you out. You get a little bit extra money and they can save. So it's a win-win. So these are just a few ideas. But the basic idea, what I'm talking about, is to start living your life. Start at 62 years old if you can, and you're not needing to continue to work, and get out of that workplace, get your Social Security going. You and your spouse, or your significant other, pull your finances and your resources together, sit down and talk about it. Think about where you can go. Maybe you need to leave that city. Maybe you need to leave that state. Maybe you don't care where you go. You just want to be cheap, but not, you want something nice. I watch these YouTube guys that are living full-time in RVs, or they got these little places where they can park their RV. They got this big overhang thing. Their RV goes under. The whole community is the same kind of place. They're like 400 or 500 square foot tiny homes with a big roof thing over a cement slab with full hookups. It's an RV / tiny home. And they stay there certain months of the year and they travel around. To me, that is like the life. Just staying put in one spot, with my circle being about 5 miles around, where I just go to the gym, the store, home, to the beach. It's fine, but I like to branch out. I like to do things. I'm a lot more adventurous. And if you're like me, that's an idea of something you can do. I know this place that I'm talking about is down there in Texas, down in southern Texas, where the weather is warm. They don't have harsh winters. Down around San Antonio and below that. There's all kinds of places. South Florida. You can even go to, right now it's kind of cold, even in Gainesville, because just north of us, it's a whole different weather. But it's not like New York, So, Florida is... Anyway, folks, that was just a little bit of encouragement of what you can do, because people are always asking, okay, if I retire at 62, how do I make it on that kind of money? How do I do with the insurance? And we've talked about the insurance, and the insurance is totally... what do? You got a simple choice. You can either go without insurance, okay, or you can see about what it would cost you based on your income, and if you get the side hustle going, which you're going to need to do, of how much the government will subsidize the Affordable Care Act insurance policy. I know hundreds, thousands are doing it, maybe millions are doing it, but it can be expensive if you make a lot of money. And if you make a lot of money, well, then you can just self-insure, If you're in good health, just go to urgent care if you need something, or whatever you got to do. But if you want to continue to work and keep a job just because you have health insurance, you just have to ask yourself, the 30 or 40 years you've been having these jobs, if they do have an insurance policy, if you've been there long enough to get on their policy, and you're paying the $300 to $500 a month for that policy, how much have you used it? How many years have gone by where it didn't even get used? Or what use you did do, how expensive would that service be if it was just something you went and got immunization or a prescription for antibiotics? Did you really have a $100,000 bill? If you did, that's one thing. If you've got heart problems, you got the big C, if you've got diabetes, you need all these special things that are costly or monthly ongoing. And yes, I know that anything can happen. But, that's what the Affordable Care Act is for. You can get insurance. You do not have to be uninsured. I chose to go without insurance. Why? Because when I did work, I didn't have insurance. I worked for myself for 35 years. And when you work for yourself, you got to carry your own insurance. It's just like being from 62 to 65, you got no insurance. And I did take one out for a while, and I was much younger, and I was married, and there was really no need for it. Everybody was healthy. And I know it's always a gamble, but we got through it. And I got through it from 62 to 65. Now I'm on Medicare. How much I'll use it? I know I'm using the gym membership. That's all I can tell you. I went to the doctor and I got my blood work done, and he's going to tell me things are good or bad or whatever, but I'm not sick. I don't have a broken hip. I don't have a knee that needs to be replaced. They're bad. They hurt, because I'm getting older, and the insurance would probably cover it if I get to that point. But you're going to have that when you get to 65. 62, folks, to 65 goes by like that. I can't believe I just started getting my Social Security yesterday, and I'm already on Medicare at 65. I look at videos of me in the morning sometimes when I have no, embarrassment of putting myself on video. I look at myself, and I'm thinking, wow, in my mind and in my heart, I'm very young. I'm very young. Believe me, I think like I did when I was a kid. But I can see I'm aging from 62 to 65. I can only imagine from 62 to 67, or I can only imagine another 5 years. So I'm really trying to do all I can right now, because if things continue to go like they are, and they're kind of progressing slowly for me, but man, anything can happen. You know, you could get struck down with some kind of disease. Tomorrow, something can happen. I suffered from colitis one time in my life. It's an intestinal bowel disease, and you know, you can get colon cancer. There's all these things you can worry about. You know, I could have a heart attack. At age 40 is the age that most men, a lot of men get heart attacks, right? You don't have to be old for a heart attack. In fact, that's the second leading cause of death, right? Cancer, heart attack, then going to the doctor is the third leading cause. So what are you going to do? You can only do what you can. And as one guy says on YouTube that I definitely believe in, is don't worry about the things you cannot change. And we've always heard that 99% of the things that we do give worry to never come to never come to pass. So just, you know, put God in your life, think positive, do what you can, be kind, share love. God protects those that love him. And, you know, we all got a day that we're going to go, and you don't know how it's going to be, but why worry about it? Just live your life. But don't work yourself to death to where you just accelerate it by, you know, continuing stress. If you can't afford to quit your job at 62 and get on your Social Security because you've got 10 credit cards, 3 car loans, 2 house payments, HOAs, streaming services, and you're supporting 2 kids and grandchildren and helping your this and doing that, and you just got nowhere that possibly a magical $1,700 check can get you, then I don't know what to tell you. But the goal is before you get to be 62 is try to get all the debt you can out. Get rid of it. Get rid of stuff you don't use, sell it, get yourself downsized. I mean, who needs to own a house today? God, until they change and correct themselves, and these insurance prices, which are probably never going to change in Florida, a lot of people are exiting this state right now. I mean, I can't blame them. I'm contemplating it. What's the point? They take all the fun out of it. I mean, I would love to be in California. I used to live in San Diego, but we all know what California is. It's so full of laws and regulations and trouble and economy and inflation. You can't even afford to, you know, pay attention. So it's the same. It's a shame. These are the good old days, is what I always say. So what do you think tomorrow, the next year is going to be? If you don't start living your life now, at least get the years in you can before you don't have any more rights, before this country has changed, before there is another pandemic, before there is some kind of, before Christ returns and wipes it all out, because it seems like the writing is on the wall. I won't go there. I know it's been saying all my life, but man, so many things are happening right now in this world, and you don't want to dwell on them. You don't want to think on them. What you want to do is get center. Like, how do I have fun? How do I be nice to people today? How do I, you know, keep myself in shape? How do I make my appearance look good? How do I meet new friends? And how do I build my YouTube channel? I'm telling you, folks, I am so blessed. I really am. The community is amazing. The comments never end. You're always, you know, encouraging me about things that I kind of give into worrying about sometimes, and certain things that come with being a YouTuber. And you're so helpful to me. And the love and the gifts and everything that you've shared with me, and you don't even know me except from right here, is just amazing. And I really appreciate it. I'm very honored, and I wish you guys all a great day today. More videos will be coming. You know me. And what are we going to do today? We're going to crush it.